Hello, I am Thuong and I will do the last one is stress at work. So what is stress? Have you ever been in a situation that you feel completely overwhelmed? Maybe you feel like you were unable to cope with what you were experiencing. If so, what you were feeling was stress. Stress occurred when an event or stimulus requires us to change in some way. And stress is our brain way of saying, I know I have to change, but I don't have to like it. Stress varies based on the individual and situation. Some almost stress is temporary, although there are situations where stress can last for a long time. For example, people who work at sales and advertising generally find that there are high level of stress associated with their career. In this case, stress must be managed. And for another example, the first-time parent may feel stressed because as a result of bringing a new baby home, but in the end of the first week, they will usually learn how to cope with this demand and is no longer stressed. And there are two types of stress that challenge stressor and hindrance stressor. Challenge stressor is associated with the workload, the pressure to complete the task, and the time urgency. For example, you have some new idea in this morning and you want to develop it into a plan for your boss in the evening. The time urgency will make your plan is done with some nervous and stress. And how about the hindrance stressor? We still use the example above. When you do your plan, your thinking flow is coming out and suddenly it gets stuck just because you have to close the door for someone come out and forget to do it. Uh, and it will take a while to focus again and lose more time for you to finish your job. And of course, it will be angry if something like this just happen again and again. In my own opinion, um, the difference between challenge and hindrance stressor is the way we respond to what we met. Um, when we tend to see the work as an opportunity for learning, growth, and achievement, we will have a positive emotion and get some motivation to do it. But that is how challenge stressor work. And instead of that, the hierarchy stressor is some problem about the noise, the distraction, organizational constraint that keep you from reaching your goal. That create some negative emotion and can be harder than challenge stressor. Stress involves an imbalance between what is demanded of us and the result. What is demanded of us, such as responsibility, pressure, obligation, and uncertainties in the workplace, and the result of us is what we are able to cope or to respond to. There are three factors to create potential sources of stress. In the first set, in, uh, environmental factors include economic uncertainty, political uncertainty, and technological change. For example, in the near future, the Southeast Asian country will integrate like the EU, which will change the job market and put some pressure on the worker. That is the example of economic uncertainty. And with the new rule, that will create some pressure to the employee too. That is political uncertain example. And with the modern model, um, maybe the worker and the old method will be replaced by the new equipment and technology, and that is the technological change. The second set is organizational factor. Task demand include job design, working condition, physical layout, and work quota. Role demand include role conflict, role overload, and role ambiguity. And the last one is interpersonal demand, which include the lack of social support and poor interpersonal relationship. Okay, so I will give some example. um, Today you feel not very well because you get some headache, and it get you into some paperwork trouble. And unfortunately that the only one can help you that the one you have an interpersonal conflict with. And God is so straight to consider that you should ask him or her for help or not, right? And the last one is personal factor, which include family problem, economic problem, and personality problem. Just give some example, like you just broke up with your girlfriend and then you get stressed. You have to pay something for your family, but it's overload of your budget, and then you get stressed too. The important thing has to understood that in potential sources and consequences, there an intermediary which make the difference between individual. This is due to individual difference of perception, social support, belief in local control and job experience, hostility and self-efficacy. So it has to be borne in mind that the individual is the moderator of stress. That is why model psychology focus on cognitive appraisal as a major determinant of how a person perceives stress. Stress may be there, but individual may perceive it differently. Stress can build over time if not managed properly, and causing several health effects about physiological, psychological, and behavioral. That include blood pressure, the headache, dissatisfaction, and boredom, smoking, drinking, forgetting, and disorder. And as I say above, the way we respond to stress will make the different result. Even stress is bad itself, but not all stress are bad. Some level of stress can increase productivity, but too much or too little will reduce the productivity. And work can be the incredible rewarding, but it turns out it can also be incredible stressful. So if you need to manage the stress, there will be two ways for you. And the first one is individual approach. You have to manage the time and implement it, like create a timetable and do it seriously. And don't forget to spend a part of your timetable to increase the physical exercise or relaxation training. And don't be alone for whole day. Expanding the social network relationship is really important. When you get some in trouble and can talk with the one who stressed, it will more comfortable, right? The second one is organizational approach. There are some tips for you. Improve your personal selection and job placement. Keep calm and training yourself. Have a realistic goal setting. Redesign your job to have some motivation. Increase employee involvement and organizational communication. Offering employees sabbatical and establishing wellness program for your company. And the final thing is global implication. So the first thing is culture. Various people believe in the possibility of change. The second is time orientation will affect the implementation of change. And the third is religion on tradition can increase resistance of change. And for a power distance can modify the implementation method. And the last one is ID champion act differently in the different culture. So that is global implication that you should be remember to avoid confuse if there is something go different with what you have think or understand or study before. And that is the last one of our presentation. Thank you for listening.